jury selection's been amazing. The candidates are being asked about their own connections to or impressions of an array of celebrities, and with no explanation why, at least not yet. The parlor games have begun, my friends. Everybody is trying to connect the dots between the shiny, famous names and the beleaguered rap star Diddy. Let's just start with the drip, drip, drip of all the names, because the internet is really on fire. What happened today?
You know, Ashley, a lot of the same things. You get asked these same exact questions about these celebrities with no real context as to why.
You seemed so put together and strong.
I just felt like, honestly say God was carrying me through that. That wasn't me, that was all God. Because there was no way, I didn't even want to get dressed. I was gonna wear sweats. You have showed everybody what it looks like to hold a man down and to love him. Now show them what it looks like when it all crumbles. That's your responsibility. You know, you show up. I don't know how I stood on 2 feet.
And when do you come back?
When it was like all done. It was over. And everybody went back to their lives and it faded to black. Then it got real. Then I was like, oh shit, you in this. It's like, it's a tunnel, baby, and you gotta walk through. It's no shortcuts out. You can't turn back around because there's nothing back there. And all you see is pitch black ahead. You don't know how long this tunnel is and ain't nobody else in it with you. You hear some people, but you can't see them.
Jury selection for the trial has already taken a turn that no one saw coming. What started as a straightforward legal process quickly became a media circus, as potential jurors were asked questions that seemed to come straight out of a Hollywood drama. From Cassie to Kanye West, from Lauren London to other high-profile names, the courtroom is buzzing with whispers and theories about what these connections might mean. Nobody's giving a clear answer as to why these celebrities are being named during jury selection. But it's obvious something deeper is going on. This trial isn't just about one man's alleged actions. It's about the people around him, the culture that surrounded him, and the lives that may have been affected by the choices he made. Now, among all the big names being floated, one in particular has everyone on edge: Lauren London. Her name came up unexpectedly during the proceedings, catching more than a few people off guard. And it didn't take long before social media exploded with speculation. What really tied her into this mess? People online started connecting dots, many pointing back to her relationship with Nipsey Hussle. According to online chatter, there's more to the story than what we've been told. Some believe Lauren had a closer relationship with Diddy than previously thought, and that her connection to him may have gone back further than most realize. That relationship is now under the microscope. During jury selection, her name was listed alongside other high-profile figures, with no public explanation. But the implications were heavy. Why was she relevant to this trial? What did the prosecution or the defense know that hadn't yet been revealed? As always, the public didn't wait for the court to provide answers. Speculation ran wild. Suddenly, past interviews with Lauren began resurfacing. In one sit-down, she discussed attending a seminar on death, years before Nipsey passed. She talked about spirituality, souls continuing after death, and how physical form is just one part of the experience. To the casual listener, it might sound philosophical, but in the context of everything happening now, it sounded like a warning, or maybe a preparation. She said she didn't feel connected to Earth from a young age, that she believed in eternal connections beyond this life. Some saw this as harmless introspection. Others saw it as eerie foreshadowing. Why attend a seminar on death so young? Why share it now? And what did it really mean when she said that a spiritual connection continues beyond the physical? Then came the resurfaced moment that really stirred the pot. After Nipsey passed, Lauren did an interview where she spoke about Diddy helping her through her grief. She quoted him directly, saying he told her, "You've shown everybody what it looks like to hold a man down and to love him. Now show them what it looks like when it all crumbles. That's your responsibility." That line hit people differently. It didn't sound like something you tell someone you're just helping grieve. It sounded like a script, like something rehearsed, and people noticed. Adding to the discomfort was the fact that Diddy called her Boo in the same conversation. That's the same nickname Nipsey used for her. Fans didn't miss that. Why would Diddy use a term so personal between her and Nipsey? Was it a slip-up, or was there more to that bond than anyone admitted? And then there's the party. According to multiple sources, including industry insiders and even former security staff, it was Lauren who introduced Nipsey to Diddy. She brought him into the fold. Nipsey himself confirmed that on the record in interviews before his passing. It was after Cassie's birthday party that Nipsey and Diddy formed a closer, more personal relationship. That detail seems small until you consider everything that followed. Victory Lap, Nipsey's last and most celebrated album, had Diddy listed as an executive producer. At the time, it seemed like a huge step forward. But now fans are wondering, was that involvement really about mentorship? Or was it about control? Did Diddy see something in Nipsey he wanted to exploit? Or silence? According to Diddy's former bodyguard, Nipsey asked Diddy to help shape the album's energy to make it feel like Biggie's posthumous release, Life After Death. That's a powerful legacy to emulate, but it's also an eerie request, especially now that fans are comparing timelines. Biggie's album came after his tragic death. Victory Lap followed a similar path. In hindsight, that connection feels too on the nose, too coincidental. Gene Deal, who served close to Diddy, said this move was Nipsey's biggest mistake, that by inviting Diddy into his creative space, he invited something darker, more manipulative. He said once Diddy got close, Nipsey stopped moving the same. He looked tired, stressed, like something was weighing on him. And that's where Lauren's role becomes even more complicated. Many online now believe she wasn't just the grieving partner. They suggest she might have been more involved behind the scenes. Not necessarily in anything illegal, but in a way that gave Diddy access. A way that gave him insight into Nipsey's world. A way that placed Lauren in a role some now question. Old photos have resurfaced, showing Lauren and Diddy looking unusually close. In one, Nipsey's in the background, almost like a third wheel. In another, she appears at Diddy's side at high-profile events. These may mean nothing, or they may mean everything. Context matters. Then there's the whispers about Lauren's past in the industry. Some claim she was one of Diddy's inner circle, part of his private travel crew, his yacht parties. The same way some people talk about Young Miami now. None of that has been confirmed, but it hasn't stopped people from speculating. As for Nipsey, the details around his death have always raised eyebrows. Shot in broad daylight in front of his own business, in his own neighborhood, by someone he reportedly knew. The man convicted, Eric Holder, is serving a long sentence. But many people never believed he acted alone. They saw him as a pawn. And now that Diddy's name is surfacing in this case, that theory is gaining traction again. Could there have been more powerful forces behind what happened to Nipsey? Was he too independent? Too unfiltered? Too unwilling to play by industry rules? And if so, who would have had the power and the motive to stop him? Some believe Diddy saw him as a threat. Others say he saw him as a commodity. Either way, the result was the same. Nipsey didn't make it past 33. And now, in the wake of Diddy's legal troubles, people are re-examining every relationship, every cosign, every interview. Lauren London is now being viewed through a different lens. Once celebrated as a loyal partner, now questioned as a potential insider. It's a painful accusation for fans who admired her strength. But the questions aren't going away, especially now that she's reportedly been called in by the court. What will she say under oath? What role did she really play in connecting Diddy and Nipsey? And what did she know about the events that unfolded afterward? These are the questions on everyone's mind as the trial unfolds. In the end, maybe Lauren was just caught in the middle, or maybe she knew more than she let on. Either way, the court will decide what matters, and the internet will continue to speculate. What do you think? Was Lauren just mourning a tragic loss, or is there something deeper she's not saying? And how far do the connections between Diddy and Nipsey really go? Let us know what you think. Because one thing's for sure, this story is far from over.